Hello, everybody. This is Ericka from the Classy Climb blog doing this video on making your landlord rich, right? So again, this one is building wealth and passive income with real estate. A lot of times people say, well, Ericka, I want to have, Bitcoin and businesses and trucking and all this other stuff. And honestly, the long money is in rentals. Regardless of the economy, it is buying, buy right, right scenario. So look, I'm going to show some examples here. With roofstock. That's going to be our example user today. And here we go. Now I'm starting out here, of course, in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm from the Carolinas. So this property initial investment, of course, is $100,000. If you did a, what do you do here, 26% down payment into it, or 20%. Let me get closer to 20%. That's $22,000 you put in it, right? Now, what people say, well, Ericka, 22 grand for this place? All right, goodness. Okay, so long story short, let's say, of course, you buy it right out cash. Now, in 5 years, your returns are $42,000. In 10 years, it's $99,000. Basically, in 10 years, it paid for itself. Rent paid, repaid it. In 20 years, you would have made $250,000 on this property. 30 years, $500,000 almost. Now, many people say, well, Ericka, prices will change and you may not always get the same rents. And I know you guys are going to have a million excuses in the comments, and I'm ready for them. But the clear indication is this. You can go in any major city and see where people have owned properties, and there are people in that neighborhood who've rented for them for 15 and 20 years. Story after story of House Buying Brian shows stories all the time where people have a rental. They had one tenant. The tenant lived there till he died. Been in there 20 plus years. So people are getting money off these rentals for 20 plus years. Now, of course, this one is 904 square feet, built in 1964. It's been updated, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Over here, this is 1 year's financials. So I would say this is kind of average if for certain low income-ish properties or medium income properties is getting about $6,000 at the end of the year after you do property taxes and expenses. That's about right. I've seen a lot of people say about $5,000, but this is usually about right. Now, year 3, year 5, of course, you're going to have different things, right? Over expenses, owning it over several years. Again, property management. So roofstock has a lot of cool things. Inspection contingency, roofstock guarantee. All properties come with a 30-day guarantee. If you can enjoy a guaranteed rent on vacant, rent-ready property starting 45 days after closing. Also, you pay no monthly management fees until your property's lease. There's just a lot of different things in this area. Now, I would say I'd be careful of watching the neighborhood ratings because I know it's supposed to be off of crime stats or different things like that, or ratings of several different factors, but I always say do some extra research on that. Of course, you get financials here with roofstock. Okay. Boom. Get analysis. Okay. Now, I will say this. In Charlotte, in Greensboro, North Carolina, in Raleigh, North Carolina, it is having a surge of people move from California, so you do have some properties that I would feel a couple years ago would have been $60,000. But now, because of the economy there, they're $99,000. So here's some property management options. Henderson Properties, Park Avenue Properties. Of course, I would review these two. I would definitely call around in any city. Okay, so now why am I showing you this? Let's go look at what it looks like. So this is the neighborhood. It's got a park over here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna click on this view. That's an interesting porch. Ramps. So working class neighborhood. Parking is not the best, but they have a driveway and people do park in the front yard. That drives me crazy, but every community is different. Sometimes neighbors don't want to park on the street. Now, I've seen people put in the thing, do not park on the yard. You're not park on the grass. You can park on the street. You can park here. What happens is people in some of these income properties end up having 4 or 5 people living there. So you have like 4 cars, so they end up having parked on the grass. But this is one of my biggest pet peeves is do not park on the grass. And I've even seen people line up bricks or put shrubbery to a point where the tenants can't drive up on the grass, which is funny to me, but I've seen it done. Now, where's another property? Okay, so this one is $46,000. Now, I wanted to show you the contrast of a $100,000 property versus a $46,000 property. Why? Because many people say, you know, oh, I can't get good returns, but you can. I mean, this for this marketplace is $770. Now, let's see what current is. Current rent right now is $895. So if something happens around the marketplace or you lose that tenant, it may go back down to $770. But let's go to current. So current rate in 5 years, you'll be getting $33,000 in income. And in 10 years, $76,000. Now in 5 years, 33, that's almost paying for the property. In 10 years, it's doubled. 20 years. Now you may say, well, Ericka, but listen, the long money, long returns are in rentals. Now many people say, but apartments. Yes, that's true. Apartments are great. But there have been tons of people who have gotten their start with single family rentals. And if you've got 10 of these bad boys, 10 kicking out $700, $895 a month, that's almost $9,000 a month before expenses, of course. But people are overlooking that because, well, Grant Cardone told me to get in apartments. If you don't have $100,000 to $300,000 to invest in apartments, even if you invest with some of these people, you're going to be getting returns the level of a REIT, R-E-I-T. You're not going to be getting the same returns that you think. And I think it would be easier for a lot more people to get into single family rentals, especially as the economy turns a little bit. They'll be cheaper and more for people to deal with. Because again, people always need somewhere to live. So again, analyze returns is about 14%. And let me see what else we got here. But definitely check out roofstock. I like it. These are usually all properties that have tenants in them. Now, some people say, well, the prices are kind of high. I think it's just because you're using this platform. If you're uncomfortable with that, definitely go back on realtor.com. Go search locally. But there's this mad search for discounted properties everywhere, no matter where you go. And I would hope this doesn't stop you because you're trying to find the perfect deal. Perfect deals don't exist. So anyways, you guys, this is Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. Go check out roofstock on your time. I like it. You can actually, these are properties that have people in them. I like that. It's a good platform. I like it. It's giving some good information. I don't like the neighborhood guesses, but I'll take them. Anyways, you guys, this is Ericka, Classy Climb. Later.